Okay, so welcome to term 3, lesson 2. Right, my name is Mr. Karthik. Okay. Okay, so we are from Math Accelerator Center and we're located at 1 Marine Parade Central at Parkway Center. So we specialize in mathematics and we help students with borderline grades turn their results around within a short period of time. So the objective of today's lesson, okay, is to help students who are struggling with problem sums to improve your understanding and make sure you build up your confidence along the way, all right? And we'll demonstrate how the problem sums can be solved systematically because problem sums usually have a lot of chunk of words, right? So not every word is important, okay? It's the keywords that you have to extract out and then solve the question accordingly, okay? And lastly, the objective is to prepare for your prelims for P6 and your term 3 weighted assessment, okay? All right. Okay, for those of you who have issues with listening, right, try and increase your speaker volume a little, right? Okay, so today's lesson outline. So what we'll go through today, strategy 1 will be on value of a set. Strategy 2 will be number times value. And lastly, we'll do 2 higher order thinking questions, okay? Right. All right, so before I begin, here are some ground rules. So audio will be muted throughout the entire lesson until the Q&A. Okay, so please participate, do answer the questions on the chat, and of course, no spamming, all right? And lastly, listen attentively and write down the solutions. Okay, so I'll get right into it. So I'll give you all a minute to just prepare your worksheet and all right? So I'll start exactly at 8:03. Okay, so just get your writing materials ready and the worksheet. Okay, so let's begin, all right? So strategy 1, value of a set. Identify number of items in one set first. Then you find the value of one set. You take a total and you divide by the value of one set and then you solve for answer, okay? So by me reading this, right, I don't think you'll be able to grasp the context of it yet, okay? So let's run through the question first. Okay, strategy 1, this question here. So Idris saved $18 worth of coins, all right? So the coins were a combination of 50 cents and 20-cent coins. There were twice as many 20-cent coins as 50-cent coins, okay? So can I ask the class, all right? What is the minimum number of 20-cent coins will there be in this question? Okay, there are twice as many 20-cent coins as 50-cent coins. So what's the minimum possible number of 20-cent coins that I could possibly have? Okay, what about the rest? Okay, so if I say I have twice of something, right, which means I have 2 units, the other person have 1 unit. So which means the minimum possible number, especially when it comes to whole numbers, right, the minimum value has to be 2 and the other side has to be 1. So it becomes 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, so on and so forth, right? So in this question here, so if you look at the strategy, okay, the first strategy tells you to identify the number of items in one set. So in one set, write down one set, there will be 2 20-cent coins and 1 50-cent coin. Okay, so now that we established the number of coins, right, let's talk about the value. in my first set, what is the value of the two 20-cent coins? You take 2 times 20 cents. So that will give you 40 cents. Write this down. Okay, so next, the value of one 50-cent coin is simply 1 times 50 cents. So that will give you 50 cents. So in my one set, right, if I'm talking about the number of coins, I'll have two 20-cent coins and one 50-cent coins. But if I'm talking about the value in one set, the value in one set, can you type in the chat, what do you think the value of the one set will be? All right, most of you seems to have gotten it. It's 90 cents. Good. 40 cents plus 50 cents. So that equals to 90 cents. Okay. So right, the total we want is $18. So how many of this 90 cents will add up to $18? So you simply take $18 and you divide by 90 cents. Okay, in this part, right, I would like to point out that when you're dividing something, they have to be in the same unit. Okay, so please take note. Don't take 18 then divide by 90, okay? Take 18 divide by 0.9. So what's 18 divided by 0.9? You can use a calculator. Okay, you will get 20. So this, what does this 20 refer to then? Can you type in the chat? What is the meaning of this 20? All right. Okay, correct. Most of you got it right. So this 20 refers to the number of sets, 20 sets. Okay, so let's go and read what the question is asking for. How many 50-cent coins did he save? So they're asking for the number of 50-cent coins. So in one set, there's one 50-cent coin, right? So in 20 set, there will be 20 times 1. There will be 20 50-cent coins. That is the answer. Clear so far? Okay, so take some time to copy down before I go to the next question. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so next question is a similar kind of question, right? A pillow cost $47. A bolster cost $58. So Mr. Go paid $4,179 for some pillows and bolsters. He bought 3 times as many pillows as bolsters. How many bolsters did he buy? Okay, so let's create the set first. There are 3 times as many pillows. So write down pillows. So for those of you who came in just now, right? Follow through question 2, then go and solve question 1 on your own later, okay? Pillows, bolsters. So the idea of creating one set is to see the minimum number of pillows that I can have and a minimum number of bolsters that I can have. So can you all type in the chat, what is the minimum possible number of pillows that I can have? Correct. 3. Three pillows. So bolsters, by logic, is 1 bolster. So now, right, can we go and find the value of one set? Like in the strategy, right? So find the value of one set. So 3 pillows, what's the cost? One pillow costs 47, right? So 3 pillows cost 3 times $47. Okay, so this equals to 141. Okay, what about the bolster? The bolster costs $58, right? So the value of one set is 148 plus 58. That will give you $199. Okay, so if $199 refers to one set, right? Yeah, write it here. $199 refers to one set. So if it's $4,179, how many sets will this be? Can you type in the chat? Yep, 21. That's the correct answer. Good. So it's 21 sets. So the question is simply asking how many bolsters did he buy? So if there are 21 sets, how many bolsters would that be? Simply 21 times 1. That's the answer. 21 bolsters. So if I were to ask the class, how many pillows did he buy? What's the answer? I repeat again. If I were to ask the class, how many pillows did he buy? What's the answer? Yep, correct. Gabriel, check again. 21 times 3. It's not 81. Okay, so the answer is 63 for if they're asking for pillows, all right? Okay. Okay, for those of you who are asking the answer for question 1, the answer is 20 50-cent coins, okay? That's all. Okay, so take some time to copy down before I move to the next one. Yes, but the question is asking for 50-cent coins, so you don't have to times 2. Okay, hold on. So answer here is 21 bolsters. Okay, so before I go to the next strategy, right? So if you look at this particular strategy, it just simply tells you that he bought 3 times as many pillows, or there were twice as many 20-cent coins as 50-cent coins. So in question 1, right, it's just 2:1. This one is 3:1. It's simple. But the next strategy that we are going to look at, right, it's no longer like this person is twice of this person, or this item is 3 times of this item. Okay. there will be a ratio of 4:1, no, more like 5:2, that kind, okay? So it's very similar, except that the other part also has like 2 units or like 3 units. Okay. Okay, let's move to strategy number 2, which was what I was telling you guys about. So the earlier questions was three times and 2 times, right? So you immediately know it's 3:1, right? But in this case, it's 5:3. Okay, so let's break down the question. A football costs $40. A basketball costs, okay, highlight this, $10 more. Which means, so you can take a pencil, right? Quickly write down, which means a basketball costs $50. Don't make the mistake that a basketball costs $10, all right? Okay, so Coach Jonas paid $2,100 for some footballs and basketballs. The ratio of the footballs, the basketball bought by the school was 5:3. Okay, so now can you all type in the chat, what is the minimum number of football and basketball that he could have possibly bought? Yep, perfect. So the minimum number for football will be 5, and for basketball it will be 3. So total 8 of this, right? Okay. So this is the number of items. Now let's talk about the value. So value, right? Each football costs $40, which means 5 of this will cost 5 times 40. That will give me $200. Okay, so same goes for here. 3 basketballs is the minimum, right? And each is $50. So 3 times 50, that will give you $150. So what is the total value of one set? Okay, total value of one set is 200 plus 150. So that equals to $350. So if one set costs $350 and Coach Jonas paid 2,100, right? So how many sets would that be? So you simply take 2,100, you divide by 350. So that equals to 6 sets. Okay, so one set consists of 5 football and 3 basketballs, right? So if there are 6 sets, there would be 30 football and how many basketballs? 6 times 3 will give you 18. So the question 1, part A, how many basketballs did the school buy? So the answer is simply 18 basketballs. Is this part clear? Okay, now for part B, how are you going to solve part B? How much more money did he spend on the football than on the basketball? Okay. So there are 2 ways to do this, all right? So firstly, how many footballs did he buy? 40, correct? Not 40, sorry. How many footballs did you buy? 30 footballs, and each of them costs 40. So you can take 30 times 40. So we write 30 times 40 equals to 1,200. Okay, next one. 18 basketballs each cost 50. So just take 18 times $50. You'll get 900. So all you have to do is just take 1,200 minus 900. This equals to 300. So how much more money do you spend on the footballs and on the basketballs? 300. Okay. So can you all write this down as method 1 for part B? Okay. Copy this down. It's part of method 1, part of method 1. Okay, copy this down. Okay, you're done copying method 1 already? Okay. All right. So method number 2, they're asking for difference, right? So write down difference in one set. So difference in one set. We know that this is $200, this is $150. So difference in one set is 200 minus 150. So that will give you $50. So if the difference in one set is $50, then write down difference in 6 sets equals to $50 times 6. That will also give you $300. So for this particular question, part B, can you type in the chat which method do you all prefer? Method 1 or 2? Okay, wow, this one is like pretty split. Okay, half of you prefer method 1, half of you prefer method 2. Okay, so you're not wrong. Okay, choose whichever that suits you best, all right? Cool. Okay, someone asked me which is faster. Personally, method 2 is a lot faster. Why? Because when you're already doing 1, right, you're already finding the value for 5 of this and finding the value for 3 of this. So there's 200 and 150 staring right at you, right? You could easily minus it off to get 50 and then just multiply the number of sets. So if you're rushing for time, right, method 2 will be your preferred method to save time. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to question 2 now. Okay, question 2. The ratio of the number of cars to number of lorries to motorbikes found in a car park was 5:2:4. Okay, quickly copy down while I read the question. So given that there's a total of 864 wheels, find the number of motorbikes found in the car park. Okay. So take some time to read the question. So I'll erase this off in a minute's time. Okay, clear. Okay, cars, lorries, and motorbikes. So create your one set first. So by now you should know if they give you the ratio in its simplified form, your one set will be 5 is to 2 is to 4. This is the minimum number of cars, lorries, and motorbikes. So now let's create the value for one set, meaning the total number of wheels here, here, and here. So for cars, right? Okay, one of you asked in the chat, lorry is 6 wheels, right? Okay, for this question, no, right? A lorry still has 4 wheels. Okay, so this one, create your value. So this would have 5 times 4, which equals to 20 wheels. Here, 4 times 2 equals to 8. And lastly, 2 times 4 equals to 8. So in one set, the total number of wheels is 20 plus 8 plus 8, which equals to 36 wheels. So given that there's a total of 864 wheels, can you type in the chat how many sets are there? Okay, usually for exams, right, I don't think they'll confuse you with lorries and all this. It's always cars and motorbikes, right? And if they ever ask lorry, you assume it to be 4 wheels, not 6, okay? By default, a lorry should have 4 wheels. Okay, good. So a lot of you got it already. So to find number of sets, you just take 864 wheels and you divide by 36. You'll get 24 sets. So one set got 5, 2, 4. So 24 sets. They're asking for find the number of motorbikes car park. So motorbikes would simply be 24 times 4, which equals to 96. So answer is 96 motorbikes. Yes, that's right. Answer is 96. Okay, next question. A sum of $705 is to be divided among number of adults and children. Each adult receives $6, each boy receives $5, and each girl receives $4. So there are 3 set of groups here. Adults, children, no, boys and girls. Okay. So each adult receives $6, each boy receives $5, and each girl receives $4. So given that the ratio of the adults to the boys to the girls is 2 is to 3 is to 5, how many more girls than boys are there? Okay, so create your first set. So adult has 2, boys is 3, and girls are 5. So now go and create the value of one set. Okay, so for adults, it's 2 times $6. They'll give you $12. So boys, each boy is $5, right? So it's 3 times $5. That will get you $15. And for girls, 5 times $4, they'll give you $20. Okay, so what is the total value of this one set? It's 12 plus 15 plus 20. So the answer here is $47. So if one set has $47, how many set will have $705? So just take 705 minus, sorry, not minus, 705 divided by $47. Okay, you will get 15 sets. Okay, so the question here is asking, how many more girls than boys are there? Okay, in one set, the difference is 2, right? So if there are 15 sets, okay, you cut short. 15 times 2, you'll get 30 straight away. What I did here is method 2. Now, if you want to do method 1, you can do that as well. So method 1, go and find out for how many boys are there. So it's 15 times 3, which is 45 boys. Then 15 times 5, there will be 75 girls. So the difference is 75 minus 45, you also get 30. So again, this is fine, this is also fine. Okay, if you're racing against time, please use method 2, okay? Okay, let's go to question 4 then. Okay, during a game, Ron was supposed to collect as many colored balls as possible. Each color represents a certain point as follows. The ratio of the red, the green, the blue balls collected by Ron was 3:1:4. So given that Ron earned a total of 184 points, how many balls did he collect altogether? So again, create your first set. So your first set will have the minimum number of red, green, and blue. So write down red, green, blue. So this is 3, 1, 4. Okay. So now let's create the value of one set. Okay. So for red, right, for every red ball, it's 2 points. So if there are 3, is 3 times 2 equals to 6. So for green is 1 times 5, which equals to 5. And for the blue is 4 times 3, which equals to 12. So what's the value of one set? Just take 6 plus 5 plus 12. okay, you will get 23. So one set, I'll have 23 points. So how many sets will I get a total of 184 points? Can you type in the chat? Yep, correct. Just take 184 divided by 23. So that'll give you a total of 8 sets. Okay, so the question is asking how many balls do you collect altogether, right? So this one, I'll personally tell you, okay, cut short your method. So in one set, what's the total number of balls in one set? Can you type in the chat? Okay, 23 is the points. I'm talking about the number of balls. Okay, so it's 3 plus 1 plus 4. It's 3 plus 1 plus 4. Correct. Okay, so don't choose 23. 23 is the points, all right? 8 is the number of balls. I'm interested in the number of balls. So it's 3 plus 1 plus 4 equals to 8. So if one set, there are 8 balls, there are a total of 8 sets, right? So it's just 8 times 8, which equals to 64. That's your answer. So for this question, right, it's if you really want to take 8 times 3, then get 24, then 8 times 1, which is 8, then 8 times 4, which is 32, and add up. I'm fine with it as well, but I think it's better to do this. Okay. Okay, so now let's move on to the higher order questions. Okay, this particular question, right, it appears in primary 5 and also in primary 6 prelims as well. Okay, it's for both actually. Okay, so let's start the higher order question. So at a tennis match, 50% of the tickets were sold at full price, 40% of the tickets were sold at half price. The remaining 50 tickets were given away for free. Okay, so can you take your highlighter or your or just a pencil and ruler and underline this part, given away for free. Okay, so let's break down this question. So the total amount of money collected were $4,200. Okay, so what I want you to write down is full price, half price, and free. Okay, so now let's put down the percentage. This is 50%. This is 40%. So what do you think is the percentage of tickets that were free? Can you type in the chat? Yeah, very good, 10. So write down here, 10% free. Okay, now let's put down the next set of info. The remaining 15 tickets were given away for free. So the remaining is actually the free tickets. 15, so write down. Okay, so now, right, if 10% is 15 tickets, what is 40% and what is 50%? Can you all calculate that? Okay, so if 10% is 15 tickets, 40% will be how many tickets? Okay, so to make this easier, right, don't go and find for 1% then times 40, okay? By now, I think you should be familiar that 10 times 4 will give you 40. So 15 times 4, straight away, you can tell me already, it's 60 tickets. So write down here 60. So if it's 50%, 10 times 5 is 50. So just take 15 times 5 as well. You get 75 tickets. Okay. Correct. Okay. So now let's read the question, right? So this is something like the set question, okay? We create for one set. Okay, now let's talk about the value, all right? Okay, so I want you at the side here, right? Write this down. Let the price of one full ticket be 1 unit. Okay, so the full price is 1 unit, then the half price is how many units? Simply say, okay, so this one, if it's 1 unit, right? If it's like $5, this is $2.50. If it's $6, this is $3. So if this is 1 unit, this is simply half a unit. Okay, so how many units is this part here then? Can you type in the chat in terms of price? Yeah, that's right. Y'all got it already. So if it's free, right, means don't even have to pay for it. So over here is just simply 0 units. So now in terms of units, can we determine the price? So this is 75 times 1, which is 75 units. Then this is 60 times half a unit, which is 30 units. And over here, you just show your examiner 15 times 0, 0 units. Just acknowledge it, all right? Okay. So the price of one full ticket is 1 unit, right? So total, how many units are there? 75 units plus 30 units will give you 105 units. So 105 units is $4,200. So what's the price of one full ticket? So for one full ticket, it's 4,200 divided by 105. Can you type the answer in the chat? Yep, all done. The answer is simply $40. That's how you do it, right? Okay, take some time to copy this down. Okay. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Okay, quickly copy down, all right? We fell about a minute more. Okay, there is no method to or shortcut. Okay, this is pretty much it. Okay, so at 8:48, I'll move on to the next question. Okay. Right, question number 2. So for question number 2, right, I require all of you to draw a model. So please take out your pencils and ruler. Okay, so let's read the first sentence. Alice and Sarah each had a piece of dough. This is the most important one, right? Of the same mass for making buns. It means both of them have the same mass for making buns. So I want you to draw a model straight away. Okay. This is for Alice and this is for Sarah. Okay. So write down Alice and Sarah. All right, so let's put all the information that we have into this question. So let's look at Alice first, all right? Alice made 40 buns and had 50 grams of dough left, all right? So she made 40 buns, so write down, this is 40 and had 50 grams left. Now let's look at Sarah. Sarah made 10 buns and had 1.1 kg of dough left. So Sarah had 10 buns and had 1.1 kg of dough left. So write down here 10 buns. Okay, wait. Okay, so can I ask the chat? 1.1 kg is how many grams? Okay, pretty good, all of you. It's 1,100 grams. So put it down here. This is 1,100 grams. Okay, so now let's look at part A. What was the mass of dough that is needed for each bun? Okay, so what I want all of you to do now, right? Okay, is I want you all to dissect this part here, like this, and I want you to quickly shade this part here. Okay, so now if you look at the red shaded portion, right? In terms of buns, how many buns are there in the red shaded portion? Can you tell me in the chat? Yes, you can highlight it as well, up to you. Yeah, very good. So in terms of buns, right, that red shaded portion, it's 40 minus, use a different color. It's 40 buns minus the 10 buns. So that will leave you 30 buns for the shaded portion. Now, in terms of their weight, their mass, what is the value in the shaded portion? In terms of mass, what is the value of the shaded portion? Can you type in the chat? Okay, nope. Okay, so I want you to see carefully, all right? In terms of the shaded portion, if I were to talk just about the weight, the mass of the buns, look at it. It's 1,100 minus 50 grams. Okay. So write down 1,100 grams minus 50 grams. So this is 1,050 grams, which means in that red portion, right, you can find out that 30 buns equals to 1,050 grams. So now we can solve for the question. What was the mass of dough needed for each bun? So go and find out for one bun. So it's 1,050 grams divided by 30. So that will get you, yep, 35 grams. So part A is done. So part A usually is the bulk of the question, all right? So part B is relatively easy. Okay, so you look at part B. With the remaining dough from both girls, how many more such buns can be made at most? So can you underline at most? Okay, so what is the total mass of the remaining dough? So if you look at the question, right, Alice had 50% of dough left, and Sarah had 1.1 kg of dough left. So go and add them up. 50 grams plus 1,100 grams. So this is 1,150 grams. So one bun is 35 grams, right? So how many such buns can they make at most? So what do you all do? Can you type in the chat, what will you all do? Yep, exactly. You simply divide. You take 1150 grams, you divide by 35 grams. So if you take this and you punch in your calculator, right, you'll get 32.86. So you're going to round. So my question to you, do you round up or do you round down? Okay, see, you have to use logic to deduce, right? When you divide, right, you will need 35 grams per dough. If you don't have 35 grams of dough, you cannot make one bun, okay? So if you look at here, right, it's 32.86. With this 0.86, you cannot make another bun. So no matter what they teach you in school, at 32.8, you round up is 33. By logic, you have to round down. So write down, round down. So the answer here is 32. Yes, correct. Down means because of no more dough. Not enough dough, actually. Okay. Okay. So are we done here? All right. Okay, so lesson recap. So what we did today was strategy one, a value of a set. Then number times value. And lastly, we did higher order questions one and two. So among these three, right, which one do you think is the hardest? Can you all like quickly time the chat? Whether it's one, two, or three, which one do you think is the most hardest? Which is the challenging one? Okay, looks like most of you are saying number three, and some of you are saying strategy one. One of you mentioned all are equally different. Okay, difficult. All right. Okay, so it's good to practice this kind of questions, right? Especially the higher order questions, okay? Because there's a little bit of thinking required. Okay, so I'd like to quickly just highlight the importance of the upcoming assessment. So in August, there'll be a weighted assessment for primary 5 and prelims for primary 6, all right? And again, October, PSLE for primary 6 and year-end exams for primary 5. So especially for primary 6 students, all right? So I'd like to introduce the final push program for PSLE students. So this is an 8-week program designed based on our score system, right? So this score system helps you to strengthen your understanding of mathematics, provide an easy flow, and get you ready for your exams, okay? So this one is catered to parents first. Okay, so as you know, your children has less than 100 days away. So if your child is still making the same mistakes, even after spending so much time revising, okay, or not making the kind of progress that you expect them to, or if they're still struggling with complicated problem sums, okay, your child needs to find solutions ASAP. All right, so this particular PSLE final push program is conducted by our very own chief trainer, Mr. Chris Siu, all right? So you can go to the website here, which will take you here, right? Then just scroll down. Okay, so the class outline for the final push program, right, consists of 4 modes. Okay, it's all done via online, right? So these are the 4 modes. So you can select whichever mode you prefer. So it's on Wednesday, Thursday, and on weekends, Sunday. Okay, so select whichever you prefer and then key in and submit it, and we will attend to you within 1 working day, right? Okay, so thank you all for joining us today. Appreciate the time. So if you have any questions, please contact us via the email provided there, or you can WhatsApp us. Okay, so for more information, just visit our website. Okay, so this is catered to everyone here, including primary 5 and primary 6, all right? So we'd like to invite you to a complimentary free trial lesson. So this trial lesson can come live or via online. So right now due to COVID, it's usually online, all right? So this trial lesson will help us to assess your readiness, how ready you are for your exams, and of course, we'll introduce you our method to improve your grades within a short period of time, all right? So if you're interested in the trial lesson, you can just visit the website here. It's just the same thing, all right? Okay, once you are at this website,
Dear parents, do you know that 3 out of 4
just scroll down. Okay, not here, all right? Just give me a moment, just go to programs, class schedule. Okay, just scroll down, key in the value, not value, key in the your particulars, your email, your mobile number, and what level your children are in, and then click on the particular mode and submit, and we'll attend to you within 1 working day. All right. So I'll be here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you have anything, please feel free to type in the chat. I'll attend to you shortly. All right. Thank you for your time. Have a good night.